Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to talk about Anaplasia. Before I describe about Anaplasia, I will cover about what is eukaryotic cells mean. What is the difference between normal cells and cancer cells? Then we will explore regarding what is the term that describe Anaplasia. Before we start, there is a disclaimer, and the disclaimer is the same in all my videos. Thank you. Now let's begin. In my previous video regarding mitosis, whereby it is a process in which a eukaryotic cell nucleus splits into two, followed by a division of the parent cell into two daughter cells. So what does eukaryote means? Eukaryote refers to organism whose cells consist of cytoplasm and a defined nucleus bounded by a nuclear membrane. These include plants, fungi, and animals, both unicellular and multicellular. I am going to quote from Dr. Andrew Murray, the director of the Center of Genomic Research from Harvard University. He said that normal cells obey strict rules. Divide only when told. Die rather than misbehave. This begs the questions of what is the characteristic of normal cells? Among them are A. Normal cells reproduce themselves exactly. B. Normal cells stop reproducing at the right time. C. Normal cells stick together in the right place. D. Normal cells self-destruct if they are damaged by the process called apoptosis. And E. Normal cells become specialized or mature cells. What is the difference between normal cells and cancer cells? Among them are 1. They carry on reproducing. Number 2. Cancer cells don't obey signal from other neighboring cells. Number 3. They don't stick together. Number 4. Cancer cells don't become specialized but stay in immature form. And number 5. The worst part is they don't even die if they have moved to another part of the body. I am quoting from the cancer biologist, Mr. Robert Weinberg and Douglas Hanahan, that published an article entitled The Hallmarks of Cancer in 2000. They describe as 6 essential alterations in cell physiology. Number 1. The self-sufficiency in the growth signals. Cancer cells acquire an autonomous drive to proliferate, whereby pathological mitosis occur by activation of oncogenes such as RAS or MYC. Number 2. Insensitivity to growth inhibitory signals. Cancer cells will inactivate tumor suppressor genes such as RB that normally inhibit growth. Number 3. Cancer cells have evasion of programmed cell death or also known as apoptosis. Cancer cells suppress and inactivate genes and pathways that normally enable cells to die. Number 4. They have limitless replication potential. Cancer cells activate specific gene pathway that render them so-called immortal even after generations of growth. For number 5, sustained angiogenesis. Cancer cells acquire the capacity to draw out their own blood supply and blood vessels by tumor angiogenesis. For number 6, regarding tissue invasion and metastasis. Cancer cells acquire the capacity to migrate to other organs, invade other tissues, and colonize these organs, resulting in their spread throughout the body. Now, I am going to describe regarding anaplasia. Anaplasia is the term in pathology which refers to how tissue cells appear through a microscope. Anaplasia is defined as a cellular state of poor differentiation. Anaplasia is the term used to describe the cells that have lost the unique characteristic that define them as a certain tissue type. Cells reverts to a more stem-like state, one that is often distorted. It is often seen in cancer cells. The cells no longer function as part of the tissue that surrounds it. What is the histology of anaplasia? Anaplastic cells display marked pleomorphism. Pleomorphism refers to a variation in size and shape of the cell. Anaplastic cells have high nuclear to cytoplasmic ratios, has hyperchromatic nuclei, abnormal cell contours, prominent nucleoli, and loss of normal polarity. The term anaplasia also implies an increase in the capacity for cellular multiplication. Mitosis is numerous in highly anaplastic tumors. Neoplastic cell population may show considerable genetic instability and manifest progressive increase in mutation rates. Consequently, there will be an increase in the tumor growth fraction. Increasing degrees of anaplasia translate to more aggressive tumor invasion and progression. Again, revision regarding the difference between normal cells and cancer cells. In normal cells, growth will stop when a neighbor cell is reached. Normal cells will communicate with each other to provide the proper shape for tissues. Without this communication, each cell in a tumor showing anaplasia will grow to be much bigger than a normal cells and will be loosely connected to the cells around it. Without the ability to form bonds to the cells around them, malignant tumor can metastasize or get loose and travel to the bloodstream to the other part of the body. The example of the anaplasia include leiomyosarcoma, leiomyoma, adenoma, and adenocarcinoma. Must remember the treatments for anaplastic cells tend to be less successful as they are less predictable. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you have learned something from this video. See you next time. Bye.